Greetings, pen pals. There was a time a few years ago that PenBBS was coming out with a new filling system. It seemed every couple of months, and if you go back and look on my channel, I pretty much reviewed every single, well, not pretty much, I'm pretty sure I covered every single one of their filling systems that came out. In the last couple of years, they've really slowed down in terms of new filling systems. So this is the 470. This has probably the only filling system that I haven't covered at the end that they've come out with in the last few years. Again, like I said, they've slowed down quite a bit. Not to say that they don't make good product, they really do. I have a lot of videos on PenBBS pens. I've had many conversations with one of my fellow YouTubers, Doug Rathbun. We did quite a few videos together where we discussed PenBBS pens in quite a bit of detail. So this is a really nice pen, good filling system it would appear to be. We'll see when I actually try to fill it. But like I said, this is one of the very few new filling systems that they've come out with in the last few years. So this is the 470. This has a kind of like draw filler with a breather tube, which we'll get to in a minute. We're going to take it apart. So this is basically like I said, draw filler. This doesn't unscrew or anything. You just pull this out. It's got some nice design elements here. This sort of curvy bit on the back is pretty nice. So let's go through the dimensions and the parts of the pen as well. So fairly conventionally sized pen. Here it is compared to a Pilot Metropolitan and a Lamy Safari, and you see it is just a little bit longer than those. Mostly that's all that cap at the end. In terms of the official dimensions of this, let's see what we got. So the overall length of the pen is 148 millimeters long. At its widest point, it is 16.5 millimeters in length. So, you know, again, not an oversized pen by any means, but, you know, with you know, nice dimensions, etc. In terms of you know, design elements, very similar. The clip is a bit different. You don't see too many PenBBS pens with this clip. It's sort of a variant on their traditional sword style clip, except it's got sort of like these detail effects on it, which is nice. And of course, like all PenBBS pens, the clip is extremely functional. In terms of work, it does have a keystone style pattern around the cap band. It says PenBBS 470. That's really all we got going on here. In terms of the nib, it's a normal garden variety PenBBS nib with the highly stylized M for medium on it. Very pretty nib. And of course the uninspiring plastic feed with the very delicate fins that you need to be on the lookout for if you're doing any maintenance or work on the pen, because those are among some of the more delicate fin feeds in the feed fins in the fountain pen business currently. So that's pretty much you know, the deal on the normal parts of the pen. In terms of weight, what is the weight on this pen? I am not sure. Let's get one. Let's get one before we put ink in here. So we're talking 25 grams. 25 grams. Uninked. So pretty normal weight going on. It takes let's see, one full turn to unscrew, which is pretty nice. Now let's see about taking this apart. So this filler comes out here, and we should be able to remove the filling mechanism just by hand. We're going to grease this up when we put it back, but this just unscrews pretty nicely. There's really no place to put a tool on here, so you don't want to be doing that. So we'll put that aside. In terms of maintenance, and then we unscrew it, and then we can unscrew the section. Be very careful. There is a very thin, delicate breather tube in here, so you want to be careful about that. So you have, as you can expect, O-ring there. There's our breather tube going into the bottom of the feed. And again, these nib and feed units unscrew, as pretty much all PenBBS nib and feed units do, and that comes out there. You can remove the nib and feed from the nib and feed holder. That will be just like any other PenBBS nib and feed holder. This is a different feed because it does have to accommodate the breather tube, so keep that in mind. There is 2 O-rings, one here and one here. Again, be very, very careful with that. We're gonna put a little lubrication on here in terms of some silicone grease, but we are gonna be careful because you don't wanna get silicone grease on your nib or your feed. Nibs and feeds and silicone grease do not agree with each other in general. So what we want to do is put just a little bit on there, the bottom there where the O-ring sits. We're also going to put some on our piston here and some on these threads. And we're also going to put a little bit on the bottom of the section where that O-ring is. As a general rule with fountain pen maintenance, if you see an O-ring, that's a good place for silicone grease to be going, because there is a seal going to be involved. Okay, now we're going to reassemble this pen, and again, when reassembling, you're going to be just careful. This breather tube is quite delicate, so you want to just use some care when you're reassembling that. Again, you have to feed that through the hole in the bottom of the section, and you're going to carefully screw this nib and feed unit into the section. Do not over tighten it, and be very careful you don't damage the fins on the feed. Like I said, there are some of the more delicate fins that are around in the fountain pen business. We're then going to put the section back into the barrel of the pen. Again, just finger tight, do not over tighten these. These are all plastic threads, etc. And then we're going to screw in the filling mechanism. Again, do not over tighten, do not use a tool. It should not be necessary for this. There's no place to really grip with a tool here anyway, so it's, you know, you're not really, that's not really something you need to do. Again, just finger tight here. There you go, all good. Filling mechanism in place, and then you've reassembled the pen. All right, now we're ready to ink this pen up. The ink we're going to use is a PenBBS ink. This is PenBBS number 344. All the PenBBS inks have a number as well as a name, and this is PenBBS 344 Mulberry. So let's fill this up. No time like the present for doing that. We're gonna basically kind of disengage this a little bit just to make sure that moves back and forth cleanly. We're gonna immerse it in our ink. This is gonna be really hard to show with my fingers in the way, but we're gonna basically pull up and draw in ink a few times. And if you do, let's see, 3, 4, and as you can see, the ink level is getting higher and higher in the pen. And this will be the 5th one, and that'll be almost done. We'll do one more just for good luck. And that's pretty much a full pen there. For the final downstroke, obviously you want to have it over the ink bottle because you're going to have ink expelled at the very end. And then of course you're going to push that in until it's down in firmly. But there you go. Now we have a full pen. And now let's see it right, shall we? One thing I neglected to mention, this pen does not post. I mean, you can put it on there, but it doesn't stay on. So for those of you like me who are sort of diehard pen posters, that could be a negative feature, but just keep in mind, it does not really post. Okay, what we're writing with here is a PenBBS 470, and this has a medium nib in steel. And this writes pretty much the same as all PenBBS medium nibs. It's probably about average wetness. It is definitely smooth. And it writes well and seems to flow well, etc. So all in all, a quite nice looking pen, quite nice writing pen. Pretty nice. So in terms of, like I said, overall impressions of this pen, let's do a line width measurement while we're at it just for completeness sake. That's our vertical, and that's our horizontal. So we're talking about, let's say, 0.7 millimeter on the vertical, and we're talking about, let's say, about 0.5, maybe about 0.45 on the horizontal. So solid medium nib from PenBBS. So in terms of overall sort of impressions of this pen, it's a nice pen from PenBBS. My only negative on it is it doesn't post. I think design-wise it's very attractive. I really like the design element on the end here. The little cone-shaped details on the very tip on the distal end and on the top of the cap I think look very nice. It has a somewhat unusual clip for a PenBBS pen, so that is kind of nice. They did sort of enhance the cap band artwork a little bit. The filling mechanism is really good. It's like a lot of other PenBBS filling mechanisms that work well. Most of the PenBBS filling mechanisms, as crazy as they are, all work well. There's one exception, which is the crazy magnetic filling system that they did on a couple of pens, and that was just purely a gimmick, and as a gimmick it sort of served its purpose, but it doesn't really fill well. This fills well, it's a usable pen, etc. I still would classify this as a fountain pen enthusiast pen, unless someone's like really into this kind of thing. It's just these filling mechanisms tend to be not that straightforward for someone who's not a real diehard fountain pen enthusiast to use. So piston fillers tend to, or cartridge converter pens tend to be the way to go for people who are not fountain pen people. If you are a fountain pen person, then it doesn't matter, sky's the limit. You can get any kind of crazy filling system you want. But this, again, I think works really, really well. I would give this pen definitely a thumbs up and a buy recommendation if that's the sort of thing you're looking for. Like I said, my only downside on it is not posting, but that might not matter to you depending on how big you are on posting. Speaking of you, one thing I'd like from you would be if you could please like, comment, share, and subscribe. That would all be greatly appreciated by me. Now, that's we've talked about this pen. Let's talk about this ink for a minute now, shall we? All right, this is a ink from PenBBS. So this is PenBBS number 344, and this is Mulberry. So this is sort of a muted purple, I guess would be the best way to kind of describe this one. It's it's pretty nice in terms of as purples go. It's not a purple that really kind of pops, right? So it's it's not something like, here's Birmingham Allegheny River Twilight, which is also sort of a muted purple, but it's got a lot more sort of pop to it. It's definitely not like a Burple, like Waterman Tender Purple, which is a purple that really pops and has like a lot of blue to it. It definitely doesn't pop like Iroshizuku, Murakami Shibuku. Again, much more blue, a lot more pop to it, etc. Here's J. Herbon Larmes de Cassis. Again, a much more pinkish kind of purple. And here it is compared to sort of like a much sort of more indigo ink, which is Noodler's Socrates. So this is sort of a muted type purple ink, but again, very nice ink from PenBBS. PenBBS inks are very hard to get in the US as far as I know. I got these quite a few years ago when there was a couple of vendors on eBay shipping them. I think they're still around, but it's tricky and they can be expensive with all the different shipping costs, etc. Anyway, I think that will just about do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.